Greetings, it's another video and I'm back on the bike. I'm actually heading to my open water swim at Kitsilano tonight, and I decided to ride the bike because traffic is a nightmare this time of day, especially getting up to the Lionsgate Bridge, getting over the Lionsgate Bridge, getting through the Stanley Park Causeway, through the West End. And then, and then there's the whole queue getting into Kits. So I'm gonna try and ride my bike. I have nothing on my bike. I'm gonna bring this big backpack. As much as I hate riding with backpack because I get a sweaty back. It's got my wetsuit in here, my water, like my swimming gears in here. I can change there, put all my bike stuff in here, leave it on the beach with the Vauza group. They'll watch everything. I've never had a problem. And I've got nothing on my bike, like no top tube bag, no toolkit, nothing. And I'll take my Garmin off it, obviously, because there is a huge row of bike racks, very public and very visible. But I don't want anything on there in case people are like stealing stuff off bikes. Because people take anything. I won't even leave my water bottle on there. So I'm not gonna record while I'm riding because I don't have my top tube bag or a bike jersey or anything to stick my camera in, so it's gonna go in my backpack, and we'll see how the beach is when I get there. So see you at the beach. Made it down to the beach in 42 minutes, so way faster than driving, and free parking because I have my bike. I tied it up by the tennis courts. There's a bazillion bikes all tied up on all the racks, so I'm hoping it'll be okay. There's bare bones, there's nothing on it, so hopefully it'll be fine. And I'm really glad I rode my bike because, as suspected, traffic is a nightmare, and it would have taken me over an hour to get here easily. And then the parking lot is looking pretty full. So biking is the way to go. So the beach looks good tonight. I'm not gonna take my camera in the water or anything. I didn't bring any of the, I gotta swim. Like I'm with my group, I need to swim. I can't hold a GoPro. But yeah, the beach is looking good. Tide's out a little bit. I think it's on its way back in. And looks like good swimming out there. So I'll report after. All right, another great group swim is done. The conditions in the water were fantastic. Ooh. No. I got a little on the inside of the third buoy, I think, and so I got a little bit short, but I still came up 1,450 meters and under 40 minutes, like 38 or 36 minutes or something. So I'm pretty happy with that swim. Again, getting to the first buoy takes the longest. It's because you got to swim for so long. It took me 14 and a half minutes to get there tonight. Last week it took me 12 and a half minutes, but there just seemed a little bit more current. But then once you turn, then you're kind of got the sun in you, and I think that's why I got a little bit off on the inside of the second and third. Well, it was more the third one. But then picking off the rest all the way back in was delightful. I mean, it was a wonderful swim. So yeah, I got my bike stuff back on, and I'm just heading over to the bike. And there she is, nice and secure. So gonna get on the bike and head her home. See you there. I'm home. It was a slow bike ride home. I was a little bit pasted, I'm not gonna lie, but just to recap, it was a great swim. Rides were really good. Got my wetsuit all hosed off, hanging up to dry. I have a pile of laundry to do. I need to eat, I need to shower, and it is almost 9 o'clock at night. So it's gonna be a late one again, but I guess that's the way it is. Yeah, anyway, so that's gonna be the end of this either video or segment. Maybe I'll string it together with something else, I'm not sure. And I'll catch you in the next one. See you out there. Hey, before I close out this video, I thought I would just kind of wrap up with my thoughts on open water swimming. It's actually the following week. It's Monday, and I'm actually heading out to my open water group again tonight. I thought maybe I'd just close out this segment I did because I realized I didn't really talk about, you know, the process of open water swimming. I'm fairly new to it. I am not an expert. I only learned how to open water swim and still consider myself a learner last year. So this is my second season swimming with the open water group. And I guess my thoughts are, if you're looking to get into open water swimming, is number one, never swim alone. Always swim with other people. Like, I've gone out a few times on my own, and I had a couple scares, and I won't do it again. And the couple times I did go out on my own earlier this year, like I live in Vancouver, the climate, you know, on a really nice spring day, the water's freezing cold, but you can still get in it okay for like a short period of time. I stuck to the shallows, like where I could touch the ground at any point. Like, I didn't go out into the deep. I didn't go out to the buoy, like the swimming area, none of that. Like, I stayed in the shallows. And so that's, you know, imperative to always swim with other people. The one reason why I like the Vancouver Open Water Swimming Association, or VOWSA, is the safety in numbers. And, you know, it's a small fee to sign up to go for the evening, and it's supervised. Like, they have lifeguards and boats and paddleboards and stuff, and there's 50 other people showing up to, you know, so you're not alone at any time. So that's number one. And number two is, I find the value of a wetsuit. Most people in the swim group swim with a wetsuit on. Not only does it, in my opinion, because I'm a bit of a wimp, make the whole thing more pleasant, but it also gives you quite a bit of buoyancy too, right? So there's that. And I have a suit designed for swimming, so it's much thinner through the arms and the shoulders, and, you know, it's got more mills through the rest of the body. So everybody always swims with a swim buddy, like a personalized swim buoy that you attach to you. It's super great if you need to take a break, or sometimes my goggles fog up, and I kind of hang on it and like dip my goggles in the cold water to get the fog off them. You know, it's just super handy and you know, essential piece of equipment in my opinion. And the other things are, I have a whistle tied to my wetsuit. In my What's in My Swim Bang Bags video, I talked about this. I have a high-pitched emergency whistle tied to the zipper of my wetsuit, because if you're way out there and you're in trouble and you need help, like, no one's gonna hear you, like, yelling. And I get quiet too. Like, I find I just kind of start clamming up a bit. So and then you want mirrored goggles. You need tinted and mirrored polarized goggles, like sunglasses. Like, swimming in the open water in clear goggles, like, it ain't gonna work, especially on a bright sunny day, or even on a cloudy day. You get reflection off the water. It's so hard to see anything. So definitely I would wear, and I do wear, reflective goggles. And then my GoPro keeps shutting off. I don't know why. I was gonna say, the last thing I always wear is a bright colored swimming cap. Even the men, if you have no hair or short hair in open water swimming, you wear a bright colored swim cap. Again, it's visibility, it's safety, it's a life issue safety thing. Like, so I guess that's what I have to say about that. I started learning and being very comfortable in the pool before I even attempted the ocean. And then when I did start going in the ocean, or any body of open water for that matter, whether it's a lake or whatever you're swimming in, I started slowly, like 10-15 minutes time, and stayed in the shallows. And if you're in a place where there's current, it's especially important to swim with other people and you know, just be smart about it, because, you know, there is risk there. It's not a risk-free kind of activity. So, you know, you have to be prepared for it and be a confident swimmer and know the conditions. So before I go out to Bauza every night, I always check the tide charts, check the currents, I check the weather. I don't go if it's crazy windy, all that kind of stuff, because this is a sport I do for joy. And I want to have as positive experience as I can with every time I go out. So yeah, so that's it. I just thought I'd wrap up with that little close. Yeah, I'm gonna pack up, and again, I'm gonna ride my bike again because it's a beautiful night. I am quite fatigued from all the weekend stuff I just did. So I'm actually gonna bring my flippers, my swimming fins. They're really short, but I think they'll just give me a little bit extra help in the water tonight, because I am feeling quite fatigued from all of the weekend shenanigans. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're into open water swimming, that's awesome. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. See you then. Okay, I was putting this video together and I thought I'd do one more clip. I thought I would show you what I'm taking to my open water swimming group tonight. So I have this big backpack full of gear, so I'll show you what's inside. Okay, first of all is the wetsuit. You know, I think it's important to wear a wetsuit. There's a few people out there this season that aren't wearing wetsuits, but you know, it just makes the whole thing more comfortable, and you get more flotation from it. This is a wetsuit specifically designed for swimming, so it's got thinner material through the arms and the shoulder, and then it's thicker through the body, so you get, you know, that flotation and the extra warmth. On my wetsuit, I have a safety whistle tied to the back zipper. So this is one of these super loud signaling whistles. So if you get into trouble, no one's gonna hear you if you're yelling. Spend $3, get a whistle. The other piece of essential equipment is my swim buoy, and everybody in my group, I don't think I've ever seen anybody out of my group that doesn't have one of these. This inflates, and then it just tethers around your waist. It doesn't get in your way when you swim. It just drags behind you. They come in all different bright colors. They are sold by weight, by volume. So depending on your size, you need to buy the appropriate size bag. So if you're a really big guy, you need to get a larger volume bag. Or if you're a smaller person, you can get a smaller bag, right? Because a small one might not hold up a bigger person well enough, and if you're small, you don't need to drag this huge bag behind you. So I think I have a medium, so I love this thing. It is very good. Actually, it has a dry bag compartment to it too, so you can like wrap, you know, you can put your keys in there, or your phone, or anything else. I don't do that, but you can. If you did, I'd put myself in an extra baggie or something just to make sure. I have a small towel. Under my wetsuit, I wear my two-piece suit. I will actually wear this to the beach tonight, under my bike shorts, and then when I get out of the water, I just take the bottoms off, put my bark shorts on, and I just leave the top on. It usually dries pretty quick anyway, it's fine. A small towel, and then I have just a Ziploc bag, a big bag to put my wet things in there so my back doesn't get totally soaked. Bright colored hat. Yeah, I'm gonna wear Iron Man again tonight. I'm very proud of it. Here are my here are my reflective goggles. I think these are very important to have in open water. They are tinted, so they're dark, and then they're reflective because you get so much glare off the water with the sun and the sun itself. You can't see anything. So very important. When you get a pair of goggles, I think it's very important to get a pair that has an adjustable strap and an adjustable nose piece so they don't leak. I think that's very important. But you know, whatever fits you and works best is the one you need. And tonight I'm gonna bring my swimming fins. I usually don't wear my fins in the ocean, mainly because in a race, you can't wear your fins anyway, like in a triathlon, but I am a little bit pasted from all of the activity that I did this weekend. I was in the Seek the Peak trail race, and then I rode my bike with my club yesterday for like 70 kilometers, and I'm quite fatigued still. Like I feel good, but I'm a little fatigued. So I do have a pair of fins. They are specifically designed for swimming. They're quite short, you know. It's like what? Like less than 10 centimeters here, if that, you know, so just enough to give you a little bit of loft and a little bit of propulsion, but you know, they're not meant for diving or anything crazy like that. So that's it. So all that goes in there. And then of course, the best part is my bike lock. So this is what I tie my bike up with. This is just a Z-lock, hip lock. It's like a steel zip lock or ziplock. Zip tie, like it's a steel cable. It's basically just designed so if somebody comes around and they're pulling bikes, they'll move on to the next one. I would not lock my bike up in city center with this, but you know, there's a lot of bikes at the park, at the ocean, and it's in a very visible location. So, you know, knock on wood, I don't have any problems. And I don't keep anything on my bike, like I was saying. Like nothing on my bike. Like the only thing that's left on my bike is my Garmin stand. Like I take my Garmin off, like the little mounting piece, and like that's it. Like I don't even leave a water bottle on my bike, just to reduce all temptations. And pro tip, I always try to park next to a slightly nicer bike than mine. I'm just kidding, it's fine. So yeah, so this is where I take swimming. Just thought I'd show you what's in my bag. Hope you find that helpful. Cheers. One last thing. The other thing I take is wax earplugs. I wear wax earplugs all the time, whether I'm in the pool or in the ocean. I find them very good. Yes, they muffle your sound a little bit, but they keep all of the cold water out of your ear and just make the whole thing more pleasant, in my experience. And then you don't have to listen to the sound of the ocean 3 hours later when you get home or when you're riding home on your bike or whatever. I hate that. So that was the only thing I didn't have packed. I'm gonna go get those now. So that covers it. See ya.